So I woke up this morning feeling kind of sick, but I was watching a video where somebody was talking about the concept of failure and how sometimes we can get the greatest successes from failure and sometimes we can get the greatest failures from success. And it got me thinking about BMX and how BMX is related to failure. And I was inspired. I wrote a bunch of stuff on my phone notes. And I felt like I should just come out here and make it, talk about it exactly while I'm thinking about it, even though I'm sick, and that's why I'm wearing some bedtime pants and I have my hoodie on. And it's kind of nice outside, so I'm just going to read off what I wrote in my phone, and hopefully somebody can relate. So, BMX is a great teacher. BMX teaches about life, to try and never stop trying. Sometimes you'll succeed and sometimes you'll fail, but in that, the very act of trying is still riding, and it's still doing exactly what we love. We learn that it's okay to fail even with hours and sometimes days and hundreds, sometimes thousands of attempts at something. Even more importantly, we learn that so often failure turns into something completely new and different. The end goal originally set out for can turn into something entirely different, and often ends up being better than we anticipate in the beginning. I'm not crying, it's windy. Got wind in my eyes. That's why only one's watering. But this is so important to learn in life, and BMX teaches it without us even realizing it. In life we set out to achieve goals, and so often people get hung up on things that don't turn out exactly the way that we wanted them to. But BMX teaches us that that's okay, and to take what we're given and make something out of it. This applies to almost every aspect of BMX, all from what we're riding on, whether it's the ground, the skate park, the ramps, the street obstacles, literally down to what we're riding on in the bike itself. We take what we're given and what we make. We take what we have and we make something with it. However, it doesn't always do this. Sometimes we learn that a goal is completely impossible from the start. We try a trick and we realize that there's no possible way that this is even possible, so we stop trying it almost immediately. Sometimes our goal evolves into something greater. Sometimes it evolves into something lesser. Sometimes we achieve the goal very quickly, and sometimes we achieve the goal after hours or days of trying. Sometimes we achieve the goal, as in the trick, and it doesn't feel or look right, so we have to start the process all over again. But no matter what, BMX teaches us to deal with whatever the outcome of our trying may end up being. In the end, we are always left with a greater understanding of our capabilities, and sometimes we're left with a new ability to continue with or build off of in the future. As in the end of our trying and attempting to learn tricks, we are left with a greater understanding of what we can actually do on our bikes. And sometimes we're left with a new trick, a new ability to continue with and build off of and add things to in the future. The basis of life in general, learned just from riding our bikes, and it's quite beautiful. Thanks for listening. Just kidding, we're not done yet. I feel like now that I'm done reading all this, I can kind of talk a little bit more about it because I literally finished writing it, got my camera, came out, set it up, and started filming. But I think all of these things are essential for life, and they're things that people don't just learn because people don't usually just go and attempt something until they learn it. People aren't often intrigued to spend hours and hours and hours trying something and sometimes failing and still doing that task, if you get what I mean. Like, we as BMX riders aren't going to stop riding BMX just because we can't do a certain trick. But if somebody goes out and say they want to learn how to golf, if they can't hit the ball, they may end up giving up and just not golfing. I think that's unique to BMX action sports in general because we don't quit the entire thing just because we fail at one little piece of it. And that's really important in life because you don't quit life just because you failed at one little part of life. I think that BMX and life are very similar in that we can learn a lot about life through BMX. And I think that you'll think so too if you just think about it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. A lot of thinking going on. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you get inspired, do something about it when you get inspired, because chances are it's going to turn out better than if you let it die. Thanks again, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.